Hi, I'm Mike Brewer, pastor of the Blue Ash Presbyterian Church, and this is Mike's midweek message. I'm so glad you have stopped in for a few minutes. Through the years, I've done a little writing, a little part-time writing on the side, different kinds of books, but some of the writing I have most enjoyed was a series of books for middle school boys, and they were choose-your-own-adventure books. You probably know what that means. That means the reader starts off in a story and then reaches a fork in the road, and the reader decides to go either left or right, up or down. And then there are more forks in the road and more choices, and the story ends up differently depending on what you choose to do. Those were great fun to write. I let my imagination run wild, and I had my boys in the story meeting pirates and Vikings and lost in the Civil War and running from the Pompeii volcano. Great fun for me. Now those stories, though, they reflect a reality that I believe in deeply, and that is that we have choices in life. We can't choose everything. We can't choose who will love us. We can't choose how long we will live. We can't choose every direction in our lives, but within broad parameters, we have so much say over how our life turns out and what kind of people we become. Just speaking for me, I've never believed that God has every single detail of my life mapped out. I believe God has invited me into a partnership, and there are lots of places where God is happy to have me choose what happens next. Now, some of those choices are more faithful choices than others, but still, I believe God allows me the freedom to do that. And because I believe that, whenever I hear someone say to me, "I just can't help it," I usually figure that what's coming next is some kind of excuse, some kind of dodging responsibility. I can't help it. I'm just hot-tempered. I can't help it. I get impatient. I can't help it. I'm a shopaholic. I can't help it. I'm a procrastinator. Well, the truth is, I'm happy to let people be who they are. I've got some warts of my own, so we can accept each other, warts and all. But nonetheless, let's be honest about it. Most of the time, we do have a say. Most of the time, we can help it. Most of the time, we can change. We can decide who we're going to be and how we're going to act. The most important things in life really are choices, aren't they? Whether or not to love someone, whether or not to forgive, whether or not to heal after some hurt, or to keep on carrying a grudge and torturing ourselves. So many choices. We have so much power in our lives if we are willing to accept it and willing to use it. We are not jellyfish. Jellyfish float with the tide and don't have much say about where they go. We do have a say. When a boy opens one of my choose-your-own-adventure books, he might have to fight his way across a flooded river. He might have to deal with a pack of starving wolves. He might have to cross swords with a band of pirates. You never know. And some of those choices, I'll be honest, lead to bad things. But I hope when the boy closes the book and comes back into the real world, he carries with him a conviction that he has a choice, he has a say, and that he can shape his life, in some measure at least. He can shape his life to be the kind of life he wants, and he can shape himself to be the kind of person that he wants to be. So, let's be aware of our choices. Let's not pretend we can't choose, because we can, and let's make the best of them. Thanks for dropping in. I hope to see you again soon. In the meanwhile, be strong, be safe, and be faithful. Bye-bye.